Good evening. On behalf of the University of Findlay, welcome to the Ritz Auditorium in Old Main. This evening, you'll have the opportunity to hear from some of the candidates vying for Findlay City Council at large. I'm Chris Underation, Assistant Professor of Communication, and next to me are four of the candidates we will be speaking with tonight. The candidates are Democrat John Kostyo, Republican Jerry Murray, Republican Ann Spence, and Republican Randy Ward.
If I am elected to council again, and it would be a great honor to continue to serve Findlay, would basically to be working on the actions that we're going to put forth in our first probably legislation, and that is dealing with the budget and looking forward to the year 2013, knowing that there's some changes that are going to have to take place, seeing how we can best meet those needs and meet those changes during that time that we have.
I'd like to contact our Army Corps of Engineers representative for our area, Mike Panowski. I'd like to contact him the first day that I sit on City Council, and I would like to contact him roughly every day after. Part of my campaign promise is pleasant persistence. And I think that the flood and the flooding issue in Findlay is the most important issue. And I think that we need to contact our representatives, and we need to bring them back in front of City Council again and again and again.
What meaningfully starts is a visitation for a purpose, and that purpose has to be, what can we do for the people who live here?
I see City Council as that legislative branch, but also that branch of government that represents the people more maybe than any other branch does in our city government. You know, we'll have a mayor, we have our department heads. They know what they need to do. They know their budgets. They need to know what they need to accomplish. But as they stack up those needs, we may find that we have more needs than we have money for. So there has to be balance in that, and we have to work together on that.
I don't think that it's just the mayor's or the administration's responsibility to present the budget to council and then we approve or do not. But I also don't think that council should make all the decisions for the administration.
I think City Council must serve in a greater role as a check and balance on our city government and to make sure that we move ahead together. I look at our City Council as an important part in voicing the values of the people who live in our city.
It is a cooperative effort. It is a thing that they both have to work together. Communication has to be very upfront and clear and open, going both directions. And if that takes place, then I think that one of the things we'll see is our city will continue to move forward.
When you look at available land ready for development, we don't really have a lot. When we look at buildings that are empty and ready for occupation, we don't really have a lot. And years ago, we were cooperating with private investors in the city of Findlay to develop tall timbers and other opportunities for investors to come into Findlay. I think we need to be that way again. I think we need to be looking at that, given the constraints of finance and whatever, but we need to be pursuing that as best we can.
It is a cooperation. We need to work together and very closely. It needs to be an open communication between the two.
I think that the way to get businesses interested in coming to Findlay is certainly through cooperation of the city, the alliance, business leaders in our community. It's a cooperation of the entire community to pull together in order for us to have a sound economic development plan.
I look at moving downtown ahead by saying we can join together, solve our problems, flooding, but invite people here as neighbors. Invite people here as a new business partner. Invite people here as the next success story for Findlay.
The citizens of our community voted for the increase in 2009 because the city was able to show a real need. I think we still have some time to determine if the continuation of the 0.25% income tax is necessary.
Here's what we have to do, I think. We need to have a conversation about who we are and who do we want to be. We need to list fire, police, streets, sewer, water, recreation, and flooding, and ask our people, what are you willing to give up if we don't have to pay taxes?
I don't see why we should reduce something at the level of the state and then ask taxpayers at a local level to fund what they gave away.
So that's one of the things we have to realize, how much money we want to spend on flood mitigation. Right now, I think there are some things that we can do, but as I think has already been mentioned, a lot of those things have been done.
The city of Findlay needs to take advantage of any available resource, and if possible, seek assistance either from the state or federal government to help them or come to their assistance.
I think at this point should spend a little bit less money doing those types of proactive things so that we have a pool of money when the plan is completed and we have kind of a solution or a way to go.
I sincerely believe that working together we will build a better community. But to do this, we need better planning. We need better process. We need better policy. It means being better as well as doing better.
But you know, there are a number of things that we have to realize. We want to make Findlay, as I said in one of the other times that I'd answered questions, we want to make Findlay to be the place to be the best community that we can make it, so that people will not only read about us in magazines without seeing the word flood, but also be willing to want to live here, raise their children here, work here, and bring their businesses here.
We do hope that you found something helpful in tonight's forum that might help you as you decide who you would vote for Findlay City Council at large. Just a reminder, if you would like to vote, you may vote early, but you need to vote early before 6 p.m. on November 4th. If you don't get it done by then, you have to wait till the big day, which is November 8th. Whether you vote early or whether you vote late, please do vote.